One undeniable fact about girls from the ages of 10 and 15 is our monthly flow of blood termed menstruation. During this period, ladies or girls need certain products that we term sanitary products that will make their lives a little bit easy. But these sanitary products in Ghana are termed a luxury and hence not exempt from value-added tax under the Value-Added Tax Act 2013 Act 870, like other essential items like goods for disabled and other educational items. Even some non-essential items like erectile dysfunction medication for men are termed non-essential but are typically exempt from these taxes. And I wonder why women who bleed, for about a week or so have to go through the pain of bearing taxes on products that they will use in this period. My name is Mamitra, and I welcome you to your most authoritative youth analysis program, Youth Empowerment Television Show, this Wednesday afternoon. Today, spend time with me as I engage in a conversation with two beautiful women to talk about this. And then we'll also talk about matters rising on Adisadel College. The viral video, I believe you've seen it. If you've not seen it, I believe my producer will put it in for us to watch it. It's disheartening because as a parent, if you sit at home and you see this, you wonder if your child is safe on these school compounds. But my question is this new? Hasn't this been there since, Kwame Nkrumah time? But why is it making news now? Would the punishment meted out have had this magnitude if it had not gone viral? Well, we'll get answers to all these questions on the show this afternoon. And of course, I invite you to join the conversation by sending us your thoughts and views on our WhatsApp number 053-1320444. And if you've joined our Facebook live feed, leave your comments and test your views in the comment section. Today, click the share button. Let other people join the conversation. I'm not taking a break today. I'm going straight so that you meet the beautiful ladies. Rita and Aso, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me not take words out of your mouth. Let me give each of you a minute to introduce yourself to my viewers. So let me start with Aso and then I'll come to Rita.
All right. My name is Aso Asante Abigail, the National Women's Commissioner for Technical Universities in Ghana, GNUT. Yes, and GNUT is a union that is focused on seeking for the welfare of technical university students across Ghana. Yes, and I represent as the Women's Commissioner to champion the interest of women in the union and to also seek for their welfare and see to it that they participate in everything that goes on concerning women. Yeah.
I see. That's a beautiful portfolio to hold.
Yeah.
Rita, what about you?
Yeah. My name is Rita Mensah.
Yeah.
A lead country coordinator for Keep a Girl in School projects, an initiative by All African Students Union, and a former UEW GRASAC Gender Commissioner, and an aspirant for the National GRASAC Gender Commissioner.
The future is female.
The future is female. God is even female. Yes. So let me tell my viewers that a great dress can make you remember what is beautiful about life, and you can only get such great, unique and exquisite dresses from Lauren Designs. You see this very beautiful top that I'm in? She made it for me. So please WhatsApp or call her on 02767199962 or 0546577555. She's readily available to cater for all your dress needs for any occasion. Don't forget to also follow her on her Instagram at Lauren_Designs. You love my top. I know it's unique. It's exquisite. It's really beautiful. Just visit Lauren Designs on Instagram. Ladies, let's get into the conversation. The issue about the Adisadel College boy, it's so unfortunate, especially to the victim and then to his parents and family, because they've not only disturbed the guy's face or distorted his face. Now he would definitely be emotionally unstable, and then his face has gone viral to be in this act. Are these things new? Didn't you attend a boarding school?
I did.
Didn't you see these things? Are these new?
Well, when I saw that particular video,
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the shoes of the victim, but the parents. looking at myself, taking for instance myself, my son, in such a situation, in fact, it would be very hard for me to take. If you don't take care, there could be some parents that they won't even pass through the necessary means to getting into the issue.
Yeah.
He or she will just come to you straight and beat you up, just like that. Because who takes that? We have all been in the boarding house before, and seniors try to do things to appease their seniority. While I attended Ghana Senior High School in Koforidua, and in our boarding houses, in our rooms, sometimes you would be sleeping and then a senior would come and call you outside, and they'll be like,
so for the benefit, not to cut you, also for the benefit of those who've not seen the video, it's showing on screen now. It's so disheartening. It's when I saw it, I was goosebumped because I have a son, and I cannot imagine somebody doing this to my son. I mean, we all saw bullying in senior high schools, but was it at this level? Was it at this level where there was an injury?
This is so disheartening. I mean, you see, if you position yourself such that you see yourself as the parent of this particular child, and you are not able to control yourself, you may mess up in a way handling this particular matter. It doesn't get to this extent. For you to intentionally hold somebody's son from the back, hit his chin on a metal bed, and instantly the place is swollen.
Oh my goodness.
Blood oozing out. The person has given the guy tribal mark by force. No parent would take the. We didn't experience all of these things.
No, I mean, you would dance on trunks for your seniors. You would go around houses singing. You would put powder on your face with some funny things.
Exactly.
People even have pictures of that. They create memories. But to this extent, so I was asking somebody who went to an all-boys school that, did you experience this? Or did those behind you, those after you, experience such a thing? Rita, did you see something like this? I went to an all-girls school, but I never saw anything like this.
To me, this is very unfortunate. But then, as at whether it has happened, I think that maybe those days, social media was not this common. So we can't say it didn't happen. It might have happened, but it didn't come out for people to see it like this one. But then I also think that this is outrageous. This is serious. It has gone to the extreme.
Too much.
Yes. I don't know what his offense was.
In the video, you can hear them talking about a mobile phone. Okay. So the guy who has locked the victim was saying, "Give me my phone." And the guy whose neck had been locked threw the phone on the floor. So he's like, is it my phone that you've thrown away? So it is because of a mobile phone.
In the first place, are you supposed to use mobile phones in that environment? When I was in school, Ghana is one of the most strict schools ever in Ghana. You dare not take mobile phones to school. But now our junior brothers in school, they are using the mobile phones anyhow. The environment doesn't allow that you use mobile phone.
So I agree with you, but then no matter what.
But if it wasn't for the phone, we wouldn't have seen this.
Exactly.
Yes, but I don't think it should go to this extent where the person will be treated this way. No matter the offense, I don't think it was right for the boy to take the law into his own hands. We have school authorities.
How do you go report that in my phone? How do you explain that?
You cannot go to your house mistress to tell your house mistress that I brought phone to school and this guy has picked it.
But I think it's better, because if something the unfortunate had happened to this boy, it would have been a different thing altogether.
So then I want to ask this question. Now, who he's facing it, but I wonder if suspension is enough, is punitive enough.
In some schools, even in the tertiary level, if they find you in such state, you are dismissed.
No, but is dismissal enough? That is my question.
He should be in prison with hard labor for some months to bear some sort of punishment that would exceed the pain he has given to the victim.
But that's the unfortunate thing. If he's not above 18 or above 21, he cannot go through unless it goes through the juvenile.
Then I'll beat him up.
Well, parents.
I'm telling you. No parents. I was in the shoes of his parents.
I'm a mother, and so when I saw this,
see how bearing a child for 9 months,
it's not an easy journey.
Madam.
And so to think that somebody can actually do this to your child, now I have to ask this question: on whose doorstep do you think we should place the blame? Should we place it on the school authority for lack of supervision on these children, or should we blame it on the parents for lack of good training? Because they say charity begins at home. Also, I'll come to you, Rita.
Yeah. Yes, charity begins at home. But in today's world, the youth are not ready to be trained at home as compared to the old days. Look at how our parents and our big sisters and big brothers were so down to earth to be groomed at home. Now, the youth today are not ready to take that. When he or she vacates from school, the only thing he or she does is to roam about with his friends, her friends, pubbing, moving to clubs.
Is it that the parents don't have control over their kids now?
They do. They control them. They do their best to put them in their right places as they are growing up. But my sister, people still steal under CCTV camera. Whichever measures you may put in place to be as a check on your child, today's youth, they have their way out. You can be sleeping and your child is outside living his own life.
Then we cannot blame the school because they cannot, control.
That is the same way. That is the same, but the school is a different environment that some rules and regulations must be checked. Because they are out of school. You know that we spend more time in school even than home.
Yeah.
We just go home for a short period and we are back to school. So we spend almost our lifetime in school. So the school is where a lot of people are spoiled in the house. But when they come to school, sometimes they change. Some people too are good in the house, and when they come to school, they come to spoil.
Yeah.
But I hope you get my point.
Yeah, I get it.
I think that the measures put in place to check some of these things should be of its excess. That no student will, under any condition or circumstance, have the urge to come to school with phone for it to result in a bully to this extent.
Rita, let me come to you, then I'll ask my two questions in one, then we can move to our next topic.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't say a specific group of people should be blamed for it. I can't mention maybe the parents should be blamed, the child or the school. Because like she said, children are good at home, but when they come to school, it's a different thing altogether. Sometimes when problems happen and parents come to school, the story they tell about their wars are different from what the school is telling.
Yeah.
So it means that something is wrong somewhere. So it's true that phones are not allowed in the school, but the boy has brought it. Now look at the environment where the thing happened.
Yeah.
Someone may think the senior house master or the house master is supposed to see it or do something
there are
about
lapses in his ability to supervise these kids who are under his care.
But at that time, perhaps the house master is also doing something, and I'm not sure the house master is supposed to be in the dormitory with the students. Maybe once a while he comes in to check one or two things and then he goes back. So at that time, the time where the incident happened, we can't blame it on the school authorities for not being present in the dormitory when the thing was happening. So I think...
So you think the blame should be placed on both parents and then
everybody
should them have a role to play.
They all have roles, including the wards, the children themselves. Yes, they are all included.
Okay, so my next question is that, do you know that GES doesn't have a code of conduct put together for all senior high schools in this country?
That's right.
And so they entreat that whenever a student is bullied, you should report it. Then I'm thinking, if you report, does that make the child or the bullied person feel more safe, or does it make the person more of a target? Because then if they punish the person who bullied you, you are a snitch. And then you know how it feels like to go back into the student domain as a snitch. And then let me ask this question so that you answer it together, and then we go into our next question, our next topic. This video went viral, and now everybody involved has been suspended, including the victim, because investigations show that the child, when the child was questioned, he said, oh, they were just playing. And so the victim, those who videoed, the housemaster, everybody involved has been suspended. But we've all been in senior high schools. These things have happened. And
so many times.
Such methods or punishments have not been meted out. My question is it because it has gained so much eye in the public? Is that why the school is doing everything in its power to show that, you know, we are on top of our game, we are dealing with this matter to its root core? Let me start with Aso, and then I'll get back to...
Yes, so with respect to this particular matter, with GES not having a code of conduct to check some of these things, I would say it's not in its right way. I feel there should be some sort of legal sanctions attached to people that bully people in school, because if you know the consequences of
there are legal actions attached to them. The parents can seek either in civil or criminal, because this is, you know, causing harm to another person, and Article 68 of our Act ensures that you can take this person on, even in civil proceedings as well. But it depends on the parents, if the parents want to take on these matters.
Of course they should. They should take on to these matters. Like I was saying, no parent here, especially the mothers, who brought forth through all of the pain they went through, a son for you to bully him with whatever, what at all was the offense that you bully him to this extent. When they get into this situation, you see that they get so much uncomfortable in the society, and then depression and anxiety sets in. Look, he's all over his friends, you know, maybe he even has some girl crushes, and then they will see
all the crushes have crashed.
Yes, and they'll be like, yes, the crushes have crashed, and they'll be like, oh, you see, the trauma you will go through alone will make you psychologically unstable. So I think that when matters of this sort happens, both parents and the stakeholders should take it up. Yes, they should take it up, and then make the bullier. Yes, let me put it that way. The bullier and the bully. Yes. That was just on a lighter note. Yes, so they should make the bullier feel the pain back, just like that. Because media, this one, I don't think it is something that we should joke around. Honestly, like I was saying, I really mean it. If I were the parents, maybe I would not know how to control the way I would feel. I would go and beat you some.
I think you should have waited for Moses then, because you are a tit for tat lady. Rita, do you hold the same view, or what do you think? Do you think that this issue would have gotten, all these punishments would have been meted out if it had not gotten viral? Because we've been in schools, we've seen people who have been bullied, some have been harmed, but they are just in the school, you know, they let them weed for a week, and then they are back in the classrooms joining us.
I told you earlier, right, that we can't say the bullying didn't happen during our time. It's just that it didn't come out. But at this juncture, I think that in as much as we want the victim to be punished, be dealt with this way and that way, I think rather that in the school we have counselors, we have, like I said already, we have house parents. So I think that it would have been appropriate for even the onlookers to report this case.
They were running commentary. Oh, Bobby, it's sad.
So sad.
It's sad.
I thought somebody could come out to say, oh, what you are doing is not good. And
probably they are all scared of him. Probably because he's stout. Probably they are scared of him.
It could even be that he's the Ogbo. You see, the
yes, I understand.
That's everybody. Even if you are in class with such a person, you are afraid of him. Everybody had one Ogboro person that the whole class is afraid of.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yes, if you, like you were saying, looking at how everybody was just behind, instead of you stopping the fight, they were
scared not to be the next victim or the next person, the next target. Quickly wrapping this up.
My point is, had something severe happened than what we saw, it would have been a different case altogether. So I think that the best thing to do is to report. Where you mentioned that maybe the boy will be traumatized or something, I think we have counselors in the schools who can, and I'm sure they have one in Adisadel College, and they can handle the issue so that the one who bullied the other, both of them can seek counseling and they'll be okay.
Yeah, probably he's also dealing with something because, you know, bullies project. People project what they are going through. Probably he's not really okay. Yeah. But my biggest apologies and, you know, condolence to the family of the victim, because it must be really difficult for you to go and pick your child who probably you sent him with correct face, clean face, and then you go pick him now with his face, you know, sort of deteriorated. It's unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
I mean, let the laws do what they have to do. Let the laws deal with it. I see Mohammed said something on Facebook. He says, yet still, I think it has been long overdue with respect to the fact that there's no code of conduct for senior high schools. It's unfortunate, but, you know, it is the country that we find ourselves in. Let's now get into this tax on sanitary pads. I have spoken about this before on my show. I had some powerful women who went to picket about it, and I find it very unfortunate that I have to speak about it again because the matter is still on. The Speaker of Parliament has spoken about it, that it is barbaric that we have to put taxes on sanitary products, but medications for erectile dysfunction are not taxed. Also, do you think that periods are really a luxury?
Never.
Explain it to them, because probably they don't understand it.
No, you know.
Because you have the choice to go and buy either you want a sanitary pad or a tampon.
Period
or
is
something.
never a luxury, you know. This whole menstrual period as part of women is natural. It is not our fault that we menstruate. God made it a part of women for the purpose of childbearing, for you to be able to get pregnant and then give birth. That is why we menstruate.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Yeah. And you know, you and I know that sanitary pad is sort of a basic need that every woman in that state would need to keep themselves. Yeah. Now, looking at which caliber or class, or let me say level of women would need it, growing up at age 11, 12, 13 coming, you would need sanitary pad to keep yourself. All of those people are not people that are working. Their parents look after them. And you know that even at that age, there are some girls who look after themselves at that time because they do not have parents or something. And that same level of women too are found in the orphanage homes, where people go to buy some of these basic needs to donate to them. Now, there's a 20% import tax on the sanitary pad, and it has inflated the price of sanitary pad, and now women cannot purchase the sanitary pad. These women are compelled, you know, to, let me say, the men rather are making them have affair. They are having an affair with them, so that they'll give them money.
They'll be able to afford these sanitary products.
And this is really making, how do you call it, teenage pregnancy rampant, because as they even go to the men to have an affair with them to get money to cater for their basic needs, they get pregnant along the line. Look at how rampant teenage pregnancy has become. Females in the orphanage home, how are they surviving their periods? Those who are donating are not even getting the money to go and buy, to donate to them. How are they surviving? Even when you are in your period and you have kept yourself with a sanitary pad and you do a lot of sitting in the day and you stain yourself, look at the embarrassment.
Just even being in that period, that's 1 week, even when you've not stained yourself, there's this unconsciousness. There's this, you are always conscious. You are yes. checking. You want to know, exactly. Have I stained myself? And so I cannot imagine how it must be for these people who cannot afford it. Let me tell you guys a funny story. In 2021, I was pregnant. I had my baby in 2022.
Okay.
During my pregnancy, you know, when you're pregnant, you don't menstruate. Before I got pregnant, I think sanitary pad was around 8 cedis or 5, 6 cedis, 8 cedis. I gave birth, I started menstruating, and I went to a shop to buy. And they're saying 25 cedis. And there's this pack that has, I think, 6 in it or so. They call it, is it double pack or super pack? And they're saying 35 cedis. I'm like, no, madam, you don't understand.
That always?
Yes, that's always. I'm like, madam, you don't understand. I'm buying sanitary pad. Madam, I'm like, when did it get there? In the period of 9 months.
Yeah, 9 months is even far. When the inflation, the whole inflation started, every week new price, every week new price, every week new price. And you know, some ladies too are one of the effects. Some ladies too are compelled to engage in lesbianism because they are lesbian partners who are, you know, these big mamas.
To be able to afford.
Yes. They are going through a lot. And imagine sometime a friend was telling me a story about this whole thing. And you know, some ladies use rags, and even in the deprived area they use leaves. They cannot even go. Yes. Imagine a young girl putting green leaves under her panty to keep her menstrual period. How? I mean, how?
How do they go to school in such a state?
You, even as you are in the pad, look at
it's so uncomfortable. Yeah. You doubt yourself. When women menstruate, most of them don't even want to wear white dresses.
Yes.
Because
you are
the listing you will stain yourself. Yeah. And you know, I read an article online concerning this whole scrap tax issue, and I chanced with the man that invented sanitary pad from India. He has a long name. I have never been able to mention.
Don't worry, you didn't attend his name is
Muru. I remember Muru. That is the short. You know, when he started making sanitary pads, he made it for free for the women in India and all. And there are some countries that do not tax sanitary pad. India, Canada, Australia, you know, they are all tax free. So why can't Ghana be sanitary pads in Ghana be tax free as well for Ghanaian women, to ease Ghanaian women some sort of stress getting sanitary pad? Because now I used to buy sanitary pads in bulk, but now me, I cannot buy again. I buy one like that. You know, some too. You see that at the 11th hour of your flow, the period is not as heavy from the beginning.
Yeah.
Sometimes you use T-roll. You see how it turns down there.
Yeah.
You see some, you know, they are all infectious. You see there's no passage of air down there. And sometimes if you are not careful, or if you don't use disinfectants to wash down, to clean some odor, by the end of your period, you'll be smelling different. Do you get it? And it is all because we cannot buy the hygienic parts made for us. You know that there are some...
Let me come to Rita, and then I'll come... This question is pressing, that how much is the tax? I mean, I understand that countries, you know, develop their nations based on tax that they get from the people. But how much is the tax that if they scrap it off our sanitary pads, Ghana will collapse, the economy will shut down?
You cannot imagine.
I mean, Rita.
You see, when you term something as luxury, it becomes a thing that is not for everybody. It means it is only those who can afford it will go for it. And again, menstruation is not something that females have control over. Every woman at a certain age range, let me put it that way, age
from
range,
10 to 15.
Yes.
Yeah, averaged at 12.
And who has sound health is supposed to menstruate. Now we are talking about deprived people. These are not people who are only having problem with buying sanitary pads. There are other aspects, other things that they are already struggling with.
Yeah.
For instance, food, shelter, and things. So I think putting this heavy task on sanitary pad is a thing that is going to affect the attainment of SDGs that we have. For instance, we are eradicating what? Poverty. Isn't
We are
it?
trying.
We are trying.
We are
trying the
trying.
process.
We are trying. I don't
It's
think we're in the
supposed-
process.
Really?
Are we in the process? I don't see. I think we are making
by
efforts.
2030, we are supposed to get there, right?
Hopefully.
Okay.
God is in control.
So, somebody who cannot afford to buy a sanitary pad for herself
Yeah.
is supposed to go to school.
Yes.
How is that person supposed to be very comfortable, feel at ease
Yeah.
to learn? We are again looking at the well-being of everybody.
Yeah.
This person doesn't have sanitary pad, and so she will revert to using other materials that we can't guarantee their safety.
Yeah.
So it means the health aspect is also being compromised.
Yeah.
And we can mention, the list is tall.
So you've spoken about, you and Aso have spoken about people in deprived areas who are not working, kids who are of school going age, who are not working and cannot afford it. Then let me ask this. Should we check it? Should we have a stat or a data where we check the number of women who are working? Okay, then let's tax their sanitary pads. These people cannot work. They don't have money. They are in deprived areas. Let us not tax their sanitary pads. The way you're saying, madam.
Scrap is scrap.
Yes.
So we should completely take the tax
You
off
know,
the sanitary
these our
pads.
mothers that you think they are working, they also have young girls looking after. So it boils down to just scrap. This is a natural something. So if there should be, is it our fault that we menstruate? It is not our fault. So if you want to tax our period, if you want to tax sanitary pads of which we use to keep ourselves happy, then maybe you are taxing God, because it is God that made it a part of us. Do you get it? So, and the inconveniences surrounding this whole sanitary pad taxation alone, I don't know if the government is really
going to
hearing.
be another.
I believe
So much harm done.
the government is not hearing. The Speaker of Parliament, he is the third in the chain of command in this country. If the president is not there, the vice is not there, he is in command, he is in charge.
So I
And
wonder-
he has spoken about it in Parliament. You think the government is not aware of this?
I wonder because I think our mothers, the first and second ladies, should come in and then speak to our fathers, the president and the vice and all of the stakeholders, the finance minister.
I don't think
they should come in, because it is doing so much harm than good, honestly.
Let me ask this question, Rita. Let me not cut you, but let me put in this question, then you can bring in your submission. Do you think that it's as a result of the lack of women representation in Parliament? That is why we are suffering these taxes on our sanitary products? Because can you imagine that erectile dysfunction medication is non-essential, however it is not taxed as our sanitary products are taxed? Do you think it's because men, they make the decision, they pass the bills, they're in parliament, they are passing the bills, they are making the laws, and so if there are no women who are representing us there, how do we cause the change?
Let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
Women empowerment doesn't need quantity.
Okay.
Even if it is just one person.
But you agree with me that Parliament needs numbers. If they ask, only one person saying the
You know,
the numbers. The yes would have it, and then we come back to this.
There are
thing.
men who understand the nature of women and are called meninists. Do you get it?
Yeah.
All of those men can come together with just a single woman to voice out our grievances.
Exactly.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, there could still be a large number of women in the setting and it won't work. So it doesn't matter whether there aren't too many women representatives in the parliament to voice out a here for our voices. Even if it is one woman, you see, there's a quote in women empowerment, I've forgotten whose quote, but I said, if one woman, Maria something, if a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for all women. So if it is just one woman to fight for this cause in the parliament, she should. Then I know that it isn't just one man. There are a lot of member of parliament who are females who also are facing and are in line with us, the young advocates, championing this cause for the government to scrap the tax. And I know that there are some men too who understand the nature and like his right honorable Alban Baldwin, you know, he's in support of this cause. He is in support of this cause. So I know that there are some men. Sometimes too, I was in one of the shows, and the men were rather the ones calling to draw the government's attention to the fact that Ghanaian women are suffering from the taxation of sanitary pads. So
on a lighter note, before I come to Rita, I read somewhere that the women are at fault because we vote in women who are at menopause, who go there, so they've forgotten about sanitary pad. And so when they're in parliament, they are thinking about medication for menopause, not sanitary pad. But that's just on the lighter note. Rita, you wanted to comment on what we were talking about.
Yes. I wanted to say that this whole thing is not women issue. We need the entire society to rally or join us in doing this, because even the males, they have daughters, they have wives, so it's not enough reason to say because women are not many at the parliament, and that is why this thing is not going through. No, it can't be. So the men should rally behind us. They should add their voices to it, and let's get this thing through. Yes. It is no more a female thing. Yes. It has become the entire societal issue, honestly.
All hands are on deck.
Yes.
All inclusive. Everybody should, because it is, like I was saying, it is really doing a lot of harm.
Yeah. I've seen a documentary that I've seen like a trailer of the documentary that they're about to show in August, and my heart was broken. Because I come from those areas. I come from a village, let me put it that way. And so I try to put myself in their shoes, and I try to understand, goodness, you have to walk miles to go to school. And while you're walking the mile, you're also thinking about whether you've stained yourself, whether you've not stained yourself. How are you going to stay in the classroom? You're not going to be fed. There are so many things running through your mind. And then you have to think about, oh my goodness. Let me just ask this. Even when the taxes are scrapped, some people cannot even afford it. There are women who are voicing out that taxes should be shared free of charge at every school for school-going children. Asa, what do you think about this?
It's a perfect idea, a very perfect idea, right from the basic school through to SHS. At least it should be free for them. Yes, especially those in the basic schools. It should be SHS. As for SHS, your parents can, as you are coming, your provisions and some 1 and 2 things that you may need, they may buy for you. But in the basic schools, do you get it? How much are their parents earning on the market to take care of their 3, 4, 5 children, and what are they using to buy sanitary pads for them? Do you get it?
Now pegged at 35 Ghana cedis.
Can you imagine?
Goodness,
Can
35.
you imagine?
That is somebody's pay per day.
Yeah.
When I started menstruating in GHS3, that is 2010, 2011. Sanitary pad was, I think, Pretty Lady sanitary pad or something. That was the reigning, sanitary pad. It was 1 cedi, 50 pesos, 2 cedis thereabouts. And then, sanitary pad, proper dams, they all came in 3 cedis, 50 pesos, then boom, 5 cedis, 7 cedis. And then it just went to 20 cedis.
25, 35.
You know? And as at that time, always was expensive.
Yeah.
I remember even in SHS, always was around 5 cedis when Yaz and the others were 2 cedis or so.
Yeah.
Or so.
Always is.
Now you cannot even
Always
buy always.
expensive.
No,
You cannot.
no.
You cannot buy.
No,
Always.
no, the problem is that you might be able to buy it, but you see, as a woman who is menstruating, who is trying to be hygienic, you might want to change maybe 2 or 3 times in a day.
Yeah.
So that means you cannot use 1 pack in a month. You'd have to get
like
about 2.
Yes.
And so if you want to be hygienic, now you
Exactly.
are forcing women
Exactly.
to become dirty.
You know, we always advise that when you are in your period, you're supposed to change as frequent as you should.
Goodness.
At least 3
God
to 4
save us.
times in a day.
Yeah.
And when you do the calculation, yes, I use Yaz most times and then proper.
So you are giving free advertisements to other sanitary products on there.
You know,
Yes, because you guys need it. You
Yeah.
guys need
Yeah.
it.
and there is a minty substance
Yeah.
in some of the pad
Yeah.
that treats menstrual cramps.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
So when you have access to all of these things, it treats you. It doesn't only keep you, but it treats your menstrual cramps and all. And now we cannot
Yeah.
buy. Do you get it? Most times we advise ladies that when they are in their period, like I was saying, they should change at least 3 to 4 times in a day. When you do the calculation, your sanitary pad is 12 pieces in all. You get it with 2 extra panty liners.
Panty liner.
Yes.
I'm laughing
No.
because if you try to change 3 times in a day,
You would need like 4 packs in a month, and now it is 25 cedis or 20 cedis. Imagine 60 cedis, close to 100 cedis in a month.
And if you have a sibling, you have a
You
daughter,
have
Junior
to-
sister,
have
you
to
are
buy
buying
them
for.
as well.
Can you imagine? We cannot buy again. Please,
Yeah.
government of Ghana, we are begging you.
Yes.
we are not
Really?
begging. This is a demand. We are taxpayers. We are citizens of this country, and our constitution gives us rights. We are tired of begging you people. We are tired of begging you people. Yes. We are demanding. It's a demand.
Yes.
Robert said something on Facebook. Let me read it and then goodness. Great submissions, Honorable Abigail. Indeed, scrap the task is an all-inclusive agenda, and the government should attend to the cry of our women. It's sad.
The thing is scrap. The thing is scrap.
Just take it off.
It should be removed.
Take
Take it off.
And
Yes.
if possible, make it free. From basic school to secondary
Like
school.
I was saying, you
she
see,
said.
I
I agree with
We
that.
are jumping the gun.
Brave.
Yes.
Project Brave.
Tracy Sussex.
Yeah.
She's doing an amazing.
Yes, she's doing an amazing. She has traveled in some deprived areas
Yeah.
in the north to distribute sanitary pads. She used to share sanitary pads for free
Yeah.
from fetus that she added her brand.
Yeah.
And it got to a time she was not getting it the way she used to
Because
get it to sponsor people.
cost of production and all of that.
Exactly. So this is what she was doing.
But let me chip this in. If we want to scrap the tax of it, have we thought about those who produce it? Have we thought about them? Because these companies employ women to work
Exactly.
there. So if you scrap the tax, in fact we are doing them a favor. I was
Exactly.
thinking about the free, because if we are distributing it for free,
Like
then
I
who
was
pays
saying,
them?
Tracy, for instance, she stopped doing the free because of the price. Now, the deal was you buy some boxes, you get some boxes for free. Do you get it? Had it not been that, she's all okay. Recently, she went to some in the north area to share sanitary pads to students in the basic school with her team and all, and she's doing so marvelous. But now, a lot of the women that
We are crippling her
I
good
mentioned
words. Yeah, Rita.
Keep a Girl in School projects. That's I'm a coordinator.
Okay. So,
And-
Rita, after this, then you talk about, you're an aspirant. Tell us
Yeah.
3 things that you would do without fail if we give you this position.
Okay.
So, after your submission,
so-
then you talk about that, and then we wrap up. My time is almost up.
All right.
Okay.
So I was talking about Keep a Girl in School projects.
Yeah.
That's we have chosen the thematic area, which is menstrual health
Yeah.
and sanitation. I'm saying this in relation to what she said earlier. We've been raising funds on our own to do this project, and I can tell you it's not easy.
at all.
It's very difficult to get sponsors.
Yeah.
And we won't lie, at this point, I think I should just use this opportunity to call on organizations to
You
come
should,
to our
you should,
aid.
you should.
Yes. So Keep a Girl in School project, we visited the Upper West region and the Central region already to donate sanitary pads, create awareness, educate girls, and also donated other items.
Yeah.
Our next place to visit, our next region to visit is going to be OT region.
Yeah.
So organizations, individuals should come to our aid, should sponsor us, should help us to be able to carry out this project successfully. We are running it throughout this year and will end in December. Yes.
Okay.
About the Grasag issue,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, electoral process has not begun.
Okay.
So as it stands now, it will be wrong for me to start talking about things I'm going to do. It will look like I'm campaigning.
Okay.
So forgive me, I wouldn't like to
okay.
go
Oh,
there.
that's fine.
Yes.
That's fine.
But
I
then
thought it had already started, so I wanted
no.
to give you an
I'm in the
opportunity to.
I'm also in the competition anyway. So with time, at the right time, I think I'll have the chance to talk about what I have.
Sure.
Yes.
That's fine. That's
Thank
fair
you.
enough. Madam, Honorable Madam.
My lazy government.
I know. This is not a matter that we should even laugh about.
At all.
It's unfortunate, it's sad, it's
Yeah.
heartbreaking. It's really disheartening that you see young girls on TV, you know, documented talking about how the challenges they are going through because they can't afford sanitary products.
When you go out to the sanitary pad brands, for them to even grant you sponsorship to
It's
run your
not
pad
easy.
project, my sister, it is not granted.
Yeah.
I really had huge plans for International Menstrual Hygiene Day to at least give all of the WUCOMs in our jurisdiction, in the technical universities, some boxes, those who are running the pad bank, some boxes for them to run their pad projects. And almost all of the pad brands were like, your proposal came late, your proposal came late, your proposal came late. Do you get it? And they that accepted and were processing, we didn't get any positive feedback. Do you get it? And the little that now, so some of the WUCOMs
Then you wrap up. My time is up. So
some of the WUCOMs are compelled to add their Momo number to their brands for people to send 5 CD, 10 CD, 5 CD, 10 CD, 5 CD, 10 CDs, for them to put them together and then buy the parts and share for their students. This is so much of a problem to us. You are saying that we are not begging. We are not begging.
no, we are not begging
pleading.
because
we are demanding that.
we've begged enough. We've begged for how
We
long?
are demanding that, but I think that our mothers should come in, the first and second ladies. They should come in at least and add up their voice. We should hear from them. They should let us feel that they are in it with us. Do you get it? They've been like, they are so like us, if I should say. Do you get it? Yes. So at least they should feel the pain of a girl child not having access to sanitary pad, the hindrance to her education, the menstrual state alone comes with a different mood and a feeling altogether, let alone not to have access to sanitary pad to keep yourself in your period. Yes, so you said that we should add our last words. I want
30 seconds.
Yes, I want to say to all Ghanaian women to be at peace, for them to calm down. We know that as we are adding up our voices, championing this cause, the government would wake up one day and say, the tax is scrapped.
The one day should be tomorrow.
Yes.
Rita,
Yes.
your final words.
I also insist that sanitary pads shouldn't be taxed. They've been taxed already, but we are asking that the taxes should be removed.
Totally.
It should be scrapped and give some relief to us, especially the deprived youth. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies, for coming. It's as if it's not enough that we are already bleeding, having headaches, having knee pains, having cramps, you know, going through all these, and then you still want to tax us. You are heartless, you know, you're heartless. But please, my top is very beautiful, and it comes from Lauren_designs on Instagram. Please follow her on Instagram and then save her number 0276719962 or 05465775555 so that you can get beautiful dresses for yourself and your friends for any occasion. It has been quite an emotional roller coaster for me this afternoon on the show, but I'm keeping strong. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.